Welcome everybody to Alpha Trader's top 5 picks of the week. Um, we actually do a little bonus for everybody every week. I know we say 5, but we have 6 for you. You guys can see them across here. As always, we're huge Trend Spider fans. You guys can check them out. Our affiliate link, I believe it's on our website and on our Twitter, also on our YouTube. But also just check them out. Honestly, in general, they are phenomenal. Software is amazing. So here we go. Let's talk about NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a big play this week. It's been for the past few weeks for all our members. We're currently in the January 22nd 550 calls and the February 19th 600 calls. We've been in those for about a week or so. We were in lottos, and then we had that crazy stuff happen over at the Capitol. And so we got out of our weeklies. We had to, something I even put out on Twitter was, make sure you take care of yourselves, take care out there. As soon as, NVIDIA broke, along with a bunch of other stuff, broke below this little wedge of indicators, which I'm not a huge indicator guy, but they're good to see. And popped you down all the way down to 500. It was kind of a way to say, hey, that's done. We'll let it rebuild and go, which it did. It found a bottom around 503, popped back up, and the news with Neo is everything. And Neo is also on our list, but on NVIDIA, they're going to be providing all the software and sound cards and chips and things that they make to all Neo cars. So that is a huge thing for the largest, other than Tesla. Tesla's an America company, so the largest Chinese EV maker to have NVIDIA, NVIDIA parts, NVIDIA software, all that involved, is going to be absolutely huge. I'm looking for this to get to the trend line, 541. It could gap up and just get to 540, 610 within, the first hour. We'll see how it goes, though. If the market's a little bit weak, I wouldn't be surprised if it just got to 541. I'm expecting 550 this week. Let's go to Neo. So let's talk about the double dose of Neo and NVIDIA. So this partnership also includes them. If you look at the actual chart and you're looking at how it did in the raindrops and everything, which is great. It's a pretty easy trade. It's 57.20. Closed at 58.91, under all-time highs. You're looking on Friday. We played some lottos. We played the 58s and 57 calls. Made some nice money on those. As a lotto, one-day lotto, it had gapped up. It went through the all-time highs. It played a little bit and then went. Your next trade, if you're not in Neo right now, your next trade is the break of 59.31 or the retest of 57.20. You could do the 50. I'm just as a suggestion, you could do the 58 calls. If it does 57.20 and it holds, you could do the 58 calls for this week. Neo's just looks great. I think it's going to gap up. It's a little extended, so I would expect a gap up and then maybe a day or two of coming back down. And that's where you want to get it, is on, you don't want to buy it while it's all the way up here. You want to buy it on the retest down here. You could cute short it. Not an easy short though, with so much good news. I would just play it and wait and be patient and wait maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday. It bounces here and goes. But Neo, absolutely bullish. Their Neo Day was great. They came out with a new battery. Their batteries, I think it was 1,000. I don't want to say it's 1,000 miles. I think it was 1,000 meter or kilometers. I don't know. I'm not a kilometer guy, but it's very comparable to the S, and it's a great Chinese option. So Neo's earnings should be off the charts. This could have a Tesla-like move. I'll say it right now. This could have a Tesla-like move, not in the sense that it's going to go 59 to 800. It is that this could be $100 stock by June. Honestly, June. So it's going to go up $40 in the next 6 months. That's huge. That is a huge move. We are looking at leaps on this retest to 57.20. I believe they went up to 85. They're probably going to go higher. You're probably going to be able to get the hundreds. We will be looking at the June hundreds, and we'll see how they go. If they're there, if not, we'll look at the June 85s. Next up, SE. As if anybody who has listened to our me rant on YouTube, listen to me talk on our top 5, anything that SE is my favorite growth stock. It is a quintessential stock you need in your portfolio. This thing could be 500 in the next, 3 years. So it's a pretty easy range right now. You have your 212.38 up from this high here. If you see it closed just below it. So you're looking at another break of 212.38, or you do it at 205.84, which is the bottom of that range there. Otherwise, and you can play the chop. It has a decent enough range to play the chop, and you can go, 205, 206, buy the 210s, same weekly, let it pop up again here. So pretty easy zone to play. If it breaks and holds, 212.38, that's a monster go. You get the 215s for the weeklies, maybe the 220s for next week. We are currently in next week's 210s, and see limited again looks ready to go. Goldman Sachs, got to have banks. So the first company of the big banks, J.P. Morgan, has earnings this week. It's pretty much all about how the first domino falls. If J.P. Morgan comes out and says they had another really good quarter, they're doing buybacks. They're able, I don't know if they've started the buybacks for this quarter. Maybe they announce it, maybe they don't. If everything is good with J.P. Morgan, you'll see Goldman, go with it. I like Goldman. I think it's a little better bang for your buck than JP Morgan is. As you can see, it's just this parabolic move since they announced it back here in, I think it was November 9th. They announced the secondary buy, or the, not secondary, I'm sorry, the share buyback. So it's been riding the 8-day, literally it touches the 8-day and pops, touches the 8-day and pops, touches the 8-day and pops. From a technical standpoint, you look to do that again. I would look for Goldman to come down a little bit tomorrow. But if it touches that 8-day or gets darn close to that 8-day, it is a very long buy. So we'll see how it works out. 8-day currently at 276.15. I would love to buy it in the 276 to 278 range, somewhere in there. Get into the 280s. I personally hold some Goldman calls for next week already. I don't know if and the reason I did it, I didn't want to be left behind. I was willing to. It's not a lot. I think I had $2,000 worth, so I was willing to lose $2,000 for the chance to make four, if that makes any sense. So just take that into mind. When you go into risk and you're buying things, but this could very well just stay at 288.38 in neander and then pop again to 295, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Next, more growth. It is a week of growth. Square. So Square's parabolic, maybe not parabolic, but extremely strong move. Even from the September, even when we had that big drawdown, it really held strong. It held the 50-day, held the 50-day, held the 50-day, and then boom. Once that's a signal buy for anybody, is knowing your levels daily and having this alerted that when it crosses this 8 and 21 day, or just retakes the 8-day or the 21-day, that's a strength move. And then when it loses it, you take it off a little bit, or you can cute short it if you want. So here, your cute short was there if you wanted it. Cool. You got 3-4 down days for a pullback, and then once it starts gaining steam and it retook the 21-day, that was your way to go. Okay, well, this is something that I'm interested in. You could have taken a trade. I wouldn't advise it, but you could have. 21 days a good sign, and then once it took the 8-day, that's when you go, okay, and that's why you see the huge volume here. Took the part of the volume profile that I make for each stock, includes the anchored VWAP. So as it takes this, look at that, 8-day VWAP cross. I mean, everybody bought that. Everybody and their mom, first half, second half of the day. Look for Square, as it has this nice rounded bottom here. Look for Square to move. It closed below 243.38, all-time highs. So with the reclaim of 243.38 and the hold, or a close above, that's a long for you. For if it comes back down and it waits for the 8-day, touch of the 8 days, your buy back to 243, and then we see. I expect Square possibly to have an inside day tomorrow, possibly come back down a little bit, touch the 8-day. There's your buy. It should be in this area, the 230 area. That's a very good buy. You buy the 240s depending on what day of the week is, or you could buy next week's 250s. And last but not least, one of Switch's favorite stocks, Etsy. Beautiful descending wedge breakout. Wasn't a good day trade, believe it or not, on Friday. So it was a tough play because it was up and down, and but looking, as you can see, I love green boxes. They're just aesthetically pleasing, as I was telling our members tonight. So 198.50 is your target. Here's your box of fun. And literally, you could do it one of two ways here. You could see if it's going to fall below the 8-day, fall below the 21-day, and touch this line at 171 and then pop. I don't think it gets there. I think it's going to be way too strong to do that. I would actually love to see it get an inside day and then go. But this could have enough power depending on how the market is tomorrow, which I expect it to be good. Stay above the 8-day. 8-day currently is at 174.82. It closed at 175.65. If it dips to 174 and it holds, it kind of meanders around there, or it goes to 173 and retakes 174, that's your signal. I'm going to buy this. Now you have to know that this is a level. This has to be a level. This 178.67. So maybe if you're buying it at 174, 175, you buy the 177.50s for the weeklies. That way, you know that where you're kind of where your level is, where it has to get past. Now, if you're more conservative, as soon as it takes this level here, once it takes 178.67 and goes above, you can pretty much book this one because this is going to be a money runner for you. So that's our top 5 plays. You guys check us out at www.alphatraders.com. We're doing three-day free trials. We have a little something coming for trials. We're changing things up for people that want a little longer trial rather than 3 days, because sometimes we're in leaps with things like that. We appreciate everybody that comes by. You guys are awesome. That our members that are just so I'm so impressed with them this week. I'll take you guys into UVXY here and explain a little bit. So you guys can see. I mean, UVXY is a great. You're longing volatility in essence. So if you're not doing the actual VIX, this is in my opinion, one of the best ways for smaller accounts and accounts in general to make money off of your hedge. A lot of times people want to short the SPYs, they want to short SPX or the Qs, which is fine, but sometimes that runs on you. And the VIX has been beaten down so much for so long, and it comes at you fast now. It comes at you fast. You see it here, boom, big buy again, and a little bit more. But what you know about the UVXY, they're going to be cheap, and you can buy length. You can buy time and cheap time. And volatility comes quick. I mean, look down here. Nothing. And then pop. All of a sudden, you get a dollar on a day. Nothing. It goes back down. Then you get a big pop. You got $1.50, $2, $3, and it comes fast. You get to 20, 25%. You book some. You book it. This is a hedge. This is not you're trying to get. This is one of your core positions, but you're trying to make small amounts of money on your hedge. That way, it's offsetting your longs. So, our members, I think it was this is Friday, so Thursday, I believe it was Wednesday here, did an amazing job. A lot of them, they saw what we were talking about. There were people going to the Capitol building. The VIX started really spiking, and we had a couple people that bought I think they bought the 11s, the UVXY 11s for the weekly, and just they made 100% within, I think, an hour, maybe 45 minutes. And then there's a lot of our members that are saying on Monday, hey, on Tuesday we had a drop. They're like, well, are we starting to look? And I'm like, yeah, we can start to look, and we added here, but we actually bought some all the way down here at I think it was 10:20, 10:30. And we bought some of the February 11s, February 19th 11. So that's a good way for you you don't always have to guess. You don't always have to guess if SPY is going to go up, SPX is going to go up, Qs are going up or down. Tesla, is it Apple? You know that when the market corrects, the VIX goes up. It's a tried and true, almost proven. It's not saying that if the VIX goes up, the market has to go down. That's not it. But what I'm saying is the VIX is going to go up. It will. So you have to understand that and play that along that way. So little teaching lesson as well. We appreciate everybody, and we'll see you guys out there.